Hello, everyone. Welcome to this intuitive energy update. My name is Lisa Lyle, and this is our Sagittarius full moon edition. So, just as we connect today, there's a lot of energy about. I had to change the whole setup last minute, which is why I'm coming live late or later than I had scheduled, just by a couple minutes. And we've got some interesting energy that has wanted to come to support us, and mainly the loving energy of our ancestors, and of course, our loving creator, God, as we walk the ground of Holy Mother Earth. So let's just do some singing bowl for, we'll see how long we do it for. So I just would like you to settle in, and please know whenever you're connecting with this video, even if it's not around the time of the Sagittarius new moon. So it's currently the 20th of May, 2024. I trust, though, that whenever you land here, if it's, a decade from now, there will be something here that supports you in your spiritual transition while in the physical form. So let's just take a few deep breaths. See if you can get your breath down deep into your belly. So, I hope you enjoyed that, and it supported your ability to shift. So, as I said, my name is Lisa Lyle. This is my channel here on YouTube, and this is what I have been guided to call an energetic musing. And really working with the rhythms and cycles of our life while in physical form upon Mother Earth. And so we're all going through it. In fact, we're in the thick of it, and most of us probably don't even recognize who we are anymore. And that's a good thing. And if you're feeling that way, this is really an opportunity for you to integrate and refine your skills, step into your power. And I'm a little bit fidgety right now, and it really just feels, the message I kept receiving with the singing bowl was, this is really about being receptive to receiving love, to receiving the support that is here for us currently, whenever that currently is for you in the present moment. And there's been a lot going on never mind our entire life, the Gregorian calendar year of 2024 has been, and we're only a quarter of the way through it, or just on, moving into the second half. I guess we're in the second half of the calendar year, and we're still in that first season, just getting ready to shift seasons in a month or so, 4 weeks. And this is why I really felt guided or compelled to come here and share today, because if you are connecting with this, you're feeling it, and you are here to be a catalyst for this great and holy shift upon Mother Earth. And, for this shift to occur, we have to sift through the poop. Or shit of it all. So this is why we're here. Okay, I'm just going to, what are we going to do now? So, okay, I'm going to just share the writing that came through as I was sitting in the backyard this morning. And the energy, the numerology that we're working with today is a 7, which is all about the physical body. I need some water. I'm double fisting it here with the water. And that's a really important component to the integration, is taking care of the needs of the physical body. As we release and clear density, we become more light. So let's just get into these messages, because it will support this rolling along. So today's a universal 7, speaking about our physical experience, our spiritual experience within the physical vessel. And what I wrote was physical experience and memory to be cleared, healed, and upgraded. Sagittarius full moon into full bloom. It's time for us to rise and shine. In the 7 weeks or so since I last wrote in this book, so much has changed and shifted. And the 7 weeks takes us back to that Pisces new moon, which took place on March 10th. So many revelations, because we had the Pisces new moon, and then we had the equinox, and then we had eclipse season, and Mercury retrograde. There's been a lot. And if you have been showing up for yourself, if you have been in service to self, which is truly to the greatest and highest good, thank you. Thank you. And congratulations, because we are leveling up at this time. Next thing that was written is, love is God's domain. Love is the name of this so-called game of life. Love is why you came, not fright. You were born for flights of delight. Love is the rising, supportive wind beneath your angel wings. Yes, angel wings. Sweet earth angel of mine, you were born to fly, child divine. First love you, fly. First love you. Stop hiding, seek only within. You speak your truth. It is needed. You are needed, and your words are healing for both you and those who connect with you. If it feels light, you are right. If it feels dense and dark, you are right too. Listen within you. Rest supports co-creation. Reestablishing grounding since being swept off your feet, back with the Pisces new moon, 3:10. Being at ease with the experience brings peace. Your truth The truth that lives within brings ease and peace. Alone with yourself and your truth brings ease. Going it alone is the spiritual path of the master. Stop projecting. All is a reflection. And so, as we come to the end of that, I was guided to write. So, here is, an exciting offering that not only is intended to support you, it also supports my ability to continue to do what I do and to continue to share and feel supported in the physical experience. So, beginning with the Sagittarius new moon, just 2 days away. And I will put a link in the description box below. I'm not going to guarantee I'm going to go update my website today. I will certainly update the circle, the group on my Wisdom of the Heart Facebook space. So, beginning with the Sagittarius new moon, we are going to have a monthly moon membership. And so, this is going to be available to everyone for the remainder of 2024 at the introductory price of $22.22 per month. And that includes 13 full lunar cycles. So anybody that's been a part of the moon circles over the last decade or so, this is the same, well, nothing's the same anymore, is it? So this is this is support offered to you through a membership in which you will receive twice a month with the new moon and the full moon, some video content that is going to be for members only. And that includes 20, so it'll be for 26 cycles. We will complete this with at this time in 2025. And if you are committed to your spiritual growth and development and sharing in the support of sisterhood, let's face it, it's mostly women that are guided to connect with me. There's a few men too, and I thank you. And so if that sounds like something that you would be interested in, please do check the description box below and or head on over to Facebook, Wisdom of the Heart, and check out the event page for the Sagittarius new moon and all the Sagittarius full moon, and all the details will be there. If you are committed to, you are going to commit to yourself and to our shared experience, you can do that for $222.22, and that will get you the entire 26, 13 new and 13 full moons. Okay, so that is that. Next up, just to wrap this all up, or really what it feels like is that at this time, I would like to bring through some messages that are really both confirmation and healing, supporting our healing journey as we work to our advantage with this Sagittarian full moon energy. So they are guiding me back to the book. So remember I had said there in the writing today that it had been 7 weeks since I had written in this book. And so if I go back to the 7 weeks, which I was going to put a little sticky note there, if I go back there, the date is March 7th, 2024. And all that was written was lead up to Pisces new moon, intensity burns within you. Fan the passionate flame of transformation within. You win. Love wins. And then the next entry was 10 days later, and on the tension, and it's really taken this amount of time to become at ease with it because the revelation was of like a grand deception. And, you know, it was something that was very hurtful to me, Lisa, the human having the experience, and yet to the soul within Lisa having the eternal experience, 7 weeks post revelation. There's a lot more clarity and there's a lot more peace. On the 17th of March, though, it was waves of grief. So you may have recently experienced these great big waves of grief rolling through, that there was so much grief stored within you. So if that's where you are, I'm sending you so much love, because it's a courageous heart that allows those healing waters to flow. And that's truly what our tears are. So I'm not really guided to get into those writings because it's quite personal. And at the end of it, though, it says the ordeal has been a part of the sacred deal. Open your seal, encoded within, as the love that heals all wounds. Release what's sore. You deserve more. Eat more. Yum. Oh, that was if you're Canadian, you'll probably get it. Eat more was a chocolate bar and you either loved it or hated it. Personally, I loved it. I don't eat more anymore though. Love is fun, sacred drum. And with receiving the full into full bloom for the Sagittarius full moon, it's like this is reminding us that we were born for fun. We were born for love. I mean, in fact, it's all we're here for. And so, mi amor, are we having more fun? And this is, you know, also the energy of gathering together in sacred sisterhood, supporting one another through our growth and transition. And I should mention about the monthly moon offering now for the 2222 a month, or 222.22 one time for the next 26 cycles of the moon. It's there's never been, even when the moon circles were offered initially, the price has never been low, because if you pay for the year, it comes to $8.54 or something like that. I was shocked when I saw it, yet I was given those numbers to work with. So that's coming out with the Sagittarius full moon. And we are meant to allow our emotions to come out. We are meant to allow our floodgates, those things we've held in reserves, those things like we've dammed up and held back, those waters of life to flow. Let it flow, because why are, the question was on the 23rd of March, before the full moon in Libra. Was that the full moon in Libra, Pisces, or the full moon in Virgo? Yeah, I think it was the full moon in Virgo. The question that came through, what came through, was holding on to our pain keeps us disappointed with keeps us disappointed with our true feelings, because we're not acknowledging we're the ones we're meant to feel and express joy. So it's hard to express joy if we've dammed up all the sadness, all the sorrow, all the grief, all the pain. And so that's why it's really important for each of us right now just to the best of our ability, show up for ourselves each and every day. And show up for, you know, if we show up for ourselves, we'll be showing up for ourselves in really supportive ways that are going to support all the physical, perhaps tension or density and dis-ease that we feel in the experience, to bring us through love, through showing up for ourselves, through discipline, to self-service. And, through our service, we heal, we support the healing of the world. We are here. And it feels like so we're 4 weeks away from the solstice, the summer solstice here in the Northern Hemisphere, the winter solstice in the South. And the next 4 weeks are cleanup time. And so you may find yourself like feeling the need to tidy areas of your house, cleaning up your closet, like just doing a deep haul. I know I'm there, and it's like slow and steady wins the race. We've got time. And that is a part of showing up for ourselves every day, right? Like doing the dishes, doing the laundry, drinking the water, joy and pain, let it rain upon and from within you, cleansing waters of life, born for the experience of delight. Delight. The light, you are this. All is in order, divine order. This is what each of us needs to know right here and right now. Be the love in order to experience the love. And so if we're, what did it say in the writing today? Stop projecting. All is a reflection. So what are we seeing? And I know, like, I'm not saying that it's not easy sometimes what we see. I guess what I really want to say is this entire experience now is seeking to soften us. And from this perspective, from the perspective of Lisa, the soul that has lived within Lisa Diane Lyle circa 1970, there's been a softening. And the last decade plus, really though, the last decade intensely, there's been a lot of intensity that has and up to and including the year of 2024. And yet the intensity of it all has been this journey deeper into the experience of Lisa Diane Lyle, the child who experienced it all. Who, unless I was in a blackout, and there's not a lot of recall in those years between 84 and 94, and then again between 2018 and 2021. Well, 2018, 2021, there's more recall. And all I'm saying is that we have always been there. And so it's up to us to reestablish back to basics. It feels like this moon is really calling us back to basics. Get grounded. Before coming to connect here today, I was out in the backyard, bare feet on the ground. I'm loving my filthy feet again and feeling that connection. And, after being swept off our feet, swept into the waves of emotions and the waves of grief, and joy and pain are so intimately intertwined. I will admit there's been a bit of a resistance to get grounded in the basics again, and the basics for what allows me to do what I need to do day to day, and to also do what we are being called to do. Each of us has a calling. And so showing up for ourselves is where it begins. So, all right. I feel like that's enough. We're going to reach into my little pouch here and grab a crystal, and then we're going to pull a couple of cards to close out. So, of course, That was right. That was quick. I was trying to say, no, that's too fast, but it's not too fast. It's amethyst. And I actually, that's interesting because I felt it as sodalite. And that's what I initially thought I saw until I held it up to the light. So going to the sodalite, I'm really feeling this is speaking about there's a huge transformation as we acknowledge and honor ourselves through all parts of our experience. There is a call for us to begin to share our experience, to begin to share our stories, to begin to share our healing with those around us, all that surrounds us. And with the amethyst coming up, this is really feeling that there's a call for all of us to trust our intuition at this time. So I honestly don't know what is best for you. Most days I don't know what's best for myself. Actually, all days I know what's best for myself. There are some days Lisa doesn't always show up for herself. And, that could probably be said for you too. I'm not sure. This is saying, though, as the medicine woman, as the, as the eternal soul, the growing and maturing elder, it's time to show up for yourself in the most profound way. And that is trusting the voice of God within your heart, direct to source for all of us. So let's see what our loving ancestors would like to say. I'm working with the Shaman Wisdom Oracle. And when I opened the box this was in, I'm not going to tell you which one it was in because there's some pick-a-box messages going live later today. When I open this up, there's a beautiful picture of my sweet aunt who transitioned back in, was that 2022? 2022. And so, that's really interesting too. So you may notice in the thumbnail, I had my pine cone necklace on. And then I was guided to change it to this, which is aquamarine and rose quartz. Aquamarine, the emotions, that Piscean energy. It was a toss-up, though, and this energy is really the divine masculine coming through, and it's a 53, which is a universal 8. So I'm really feeling guided that this is the year that the divine masculine really shows up for themselves, because there is a calling within the masculine collective as well to rise. We're all feeling it, right? All of us on the planet. All of us in a physical vessel, all of us having a human experience are feeling shifts going on. And we are the balance point. We are we get to choose which experience is going to ring through for us. And, and I would strongly encourage you. Last night on the walk with, our dog, one of our dogs after work, I kept getting the message, and God said, dear child, trust your heart, direct to source. There's nothing that we need outside of ourselves. And it says masculine, feminine. So this, and fifth chakra, throat or high heart. This is the merging. We were speaking of the softening. And for us women, there is, as we mature, we come to that. So I would encourage you, if you're like a couple decades, a decade, 3 decades younger, wherever you are in your experience, soften. The sooner you soften, the sooner the joyful experience, the authentic experience of who we are children of the heart. We all have come here with dreams, and we've all come here with a vision. God speaks to all of us in our heart. We are the bridge to experience heaven on earth. That's what we came for. Ooh, the heat moon. Number 5, change begins within you. Showing up for ourselves each and every day is one of the ways that we act out positive change. And it's Leo, Shields, adolescent. Yeah, the adolescent in heat, the hormones raging, right? All of that, you know, choices, consequences, cause and effect, uh, all of it is a part of our experience. And it's so important that when we show up for ourselves and when we're allowing the floodgates of emotions to flow through, that we show ourselves deep compassion. One of the revelations for me during, the season since the Pisces new moon was making my own choices and decisions since 1984. That's funny. Another 5, agate, which is the feminine, the sacral chakra, in heat, right? The in heat, those things affect us. And this is where our emotions are stored, in the sacral chakra, the space between the hips, and then I'm hearing, in the napes of our neck, those erogenous zones. And sometimes when we get caught up in that type of energy, that's a big energy that we are here to, through our personal experience, clear and heal, because it's so distorted. It's so, there's been such a movement away from the sacred. And those within the moon circles, we're going to talk, because we do have women at all different phases and evolutionary points in life. We're going to talk about working with our sacred flow as women as well. So, and this is the element of air. Let's not get too caught up in our head. Let's not get too caught up in our thoughts. Let's just show up for ourselves and be present, compassionately present. And then we've got the long night moon. Oh, of course we do. And this is the Capricorn new moon. Yeah, that's the Capricorn new moon. And it's a 10, and that's like the Wheel of Fortune energy, the new beginning, the Fool and the Magician combined. No one is left behind. No soul is left behind. All souls, I'm going to just throw this out there, that anyone watching this video is here in service to a loving God who has always resided within their heart. And I'm also going to venture to say that you have come here for great purpose. And there's gifts that only you can unlock. Only you can open them up. And so our journey, each revelation around the sun, or, the hands around the clock that have most children of God spinning their wheels, unsure of what's up, what's down, what's right, what's wrong. There's two. Go to your heart, direct to source, straight to God, all of us. And this again also feels very divinely masculine, because it is the season when my beautiful counterpart, departed the flesh and, received his, let's say, upgrade in the most profound way for us humans, right? It's a way that brings through the most waves of grief. We lose the physical presence. We lose that support. It's so destabilizing. It sweeps us completely off our feet, and we get caught in these waves of pain. And when we're in the thick of it, it can be easy to, when we haven't healed and we haven't addressed our wounds, then we tend to get into that cycle of, the heated energy and the addictive energy. And that really doesn't serve us well until we sever that tie. Okay, so this card really feels like new beginning. Are you ready to step out, being the change? And this is a 8, which we're in a universal 8 year. This is our year. This is our year to get it. We leave it behind. We're making changes like we've never made before. We're coming out of our shell like we never have before. You thought you knew me then. Did you ever really? Do you know me? I mean, I hardly know myself these days, and you may be feeling that too. And yet there's great excitement. Okay, so 2 cards want to come through. And of course, rest, reflect, and release. Rest is 3 cards. Okay. Rest is really important to support us as well. So if you've been feeling overtired, overwhelmed, anxious, depressed, whatever, rest. Take some time. Again, that's showing up for yourself. What number is that card? 31. Again, 31, 13, 31, divine feminine with all this masculine energy merging, supporting one another. As women, we're softening, we're becoming more compassionate, we're not so sharp with our tongues. It's interesting. The next card out was enter the silence and listen. Yes, absolutely. And that is, what is that number? 30? 30. So that 3 energy, creation, the Trinity within us, the divine feminine, the divine masculine, and the divine child. And we've already been told that the divine masculine and feminine are merging at this time, and we're each, and the energy of sacred union is on the rise because it's taking place within us, whether we're in union or not. And I would venture to say at this time, many are not in sacred partnership, the sacred partnership which is deeply desired and incredibly as God intended. Okay. And then this card, take a stand. Stand your ground. We're right back to that 7 energy, which was shared in the notes at the beginning. This is about our physical experience, standing on our own 2 feet. The fact that I was guided to change the whole setup so that I was standing today speaks volumes, because honestly, the last decade, and in fact, like if we break it down into a more recent experience, the last 7 weeks has been freaking destabilizing. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Whew. And so how can we show up for ourselves? Back to basics. Bare feet, get grounded. I'm so happy barefoot season is back. And yet I can feel like how destabilized. Maybe it's desensitized. Do you think? Yes, perhaps it is desensitized. And so when things are exposed, when we see the lies, then there is a call to reestablish our connection to our truth that resides within, the truth that we live in. Hello, our shining lights. I'm so glad you found the channel. I trust that you'll find something here supportive to you in any moment that you're connecting. So yeah, it's like taking a stand, standing our ground, finding our voice, being brave enough to show up for ourselves, so we're there for the release. We are able to reflect. We show up with a pen in hand and a jar of water, and we release. We go to the lake, we scream, we cry, whatever. We let it out, and we allow ourselves to shine our light. It's the whole entire reason we're here. I won't bust into a Sunday school song now. I could, though. And those of you who know Sunday school songs, even if you didn't go to Sunday school, you probably know the song, right? About our little light. Or let's go twinkle, twinkle. Okay, so I do feel it's important. I'm going to share the guidebook messages. This is a really beautiful oracle deck. And where's the guidebook? I don't know if my eyes are going to cooperate with me. It's not very light here. Just let me turn on some lights and see if that helps me. Okay. So what did we get first? We got the reflect and release, number 31. So I don't have my phone. Oh my gosh. I can't see the numbers, so I'm just like flipping through to look at the pictures. Sorry, if you're still here, thank you. I trust that there's going to be something in this message that's going to help you. And then we're going to end this because it's going long. Where is that? Okay, there it is. All right, so this painting, and okay. So this is the essence of Saint Francis. My guy I was telling you about, well, yeah, who transitioned at 1221 back in 2018. Geez, Lisa. His name was Frank. So anyways, this painting is the essence of St. Francis, and it was done in 1994. Now, let me tell you in my personal experience, if you've been, connected with any of the other videos or anything, you will know that since the time of the Pisces new moon and during that whole eclipse season, I came face to face with myself 30 years ago. And 30 years ago was 1994, and I blew up my life. And we'll get into that perhaps at another time. So I find it interesting that, and the life I blew up very much had the essence of the life that I was experiencing with Frank before he transitioned in 2018. Gosh, time flies. Okay, so this is important. And it says, contemplate deeply to get a clear view of events. Meditate in a temple without walls. Nature. Your physical vessel, although most of us have walls, right? The purity of nature and animals will help to clear the mind. So being in the woodlands and wilderness, away from electronic smog can actually reset your biological body clock. That will allow you to deep dream and think in an expanded, unhindered way. Attuning to animals is always nurturing, as they have no agenda, right? They just want to love us. In the background of the painting, so let me hold that up. In the background of the painting is pristine Mount Shasta, truly a mystery school without walls. There is an ancient tradition that sounds that tunnels under, oh my gosh, tunnels under it. Okay. That's all. Like, I can't really read it. So it's just talking about Mount Shasta being an incredibly spiritual place. Let's check into these other two cards. I have not seen these two cards before. I haven't worked a lot with this deck. So enter the silence and listen. And I really feel what I'm getting from the imagery here is really about us, being there for ourselves, and in the dark night of the soul, in the sadness, in the what we come face to face with from 30 years ago, like forgiving that lady, that child for what they did not know. We are that child, right? And we are that child of God, and God has always been with us through the entire experience. Even in those moments, like in, the experience I have had, even in those blackout moments, God was there. I may not have been, God was there. There's a reason that many of us are still alive at this time. And as the writing said at the very beginning of this video, which is going way too long, I'm sorry. What was said in that writing? It's just about the love experience. God has been with us through all of it, and that's what it said. We were born not for fright, we were born for flight. And so we have to, in order to fly, we have to release, the burdens that we hold on to, those things that we keep boxed up. And it's the emotions, right? We're waterlogged. And yet most of us, are waterlogged and dehydrated at the same time. We're waterlogged with our emotions. We got to let that stuff flow because it really supports our healing. And then this is how we grow. This is how the seed grows, right? This is how the seed grows. Care and nurturing, water, sunshine. Okay, here's the card. And so this image was done in 2013. And, this channel's been around since that time. So if you go back to some of that stuff, it was, again, this sacred feminine rising, and that feminine energy was quite angry at the time. And the last decade has softened us more, right? Those of us who have lived the experience, which has been frigging traumatic and traumatizing and, enlightening and healing and joyful and, everything. We're not the same person. So this is called the Redwood Diva. And don't they have the redwoods out by Mount Shasta and in California there? And yeah, so notice the obvious. Still your mind and connect with the spirit of place. This is the way to use and feel elemental energies. So again, getting out to nature. I'm not going to read that any further. And then we're going to find that Take a Stand card. Okay. And so if you're still here, thank you. And if you want to be a part of the new monthly moon circles, which are kicking off with the Sagittarius full moon, check the description box below, the event page over on Facebook, Wisdom of the Heart. And soon I will get my website updated, maybe tomorrow. Maybe I might try tomorrow. After this, I want to get outside. This has been long. Okay. So, the Return of Valenta is this one, and it was painted in 2011. Again, a big, like the last 12, 13 years have been a lot. Your beliefs define your character. Protect yourself with spiritual armor, the armor of God, right? Go direct to source, your heart. No, everything outside of self has been manipulated tarnished, warped, inverted, go direct to source. Go to the child that you are, the child. Remember, God said, dear child, trust your heart. That's what we're here to do. So, let's see if there's anything. I don't really think no, it's again, this is about us showing up for ourselves. The medicine women, the high priestess, the healers, the way showers, the elders we are becoming support us in this now moment to keep going, give up the fight, breathe deep, work with sound, work with nature, drink your water. And every little thing's going to be all right. So if you'd like to book a reading with me, intuitive healing session, check out my website, lisalyle.com. If you haven't yet subscribed to the channel, if you're new, welcome, and please do subscribe. It really supports my ability to grow. Like I said, I've been here for at least a decade and we just broke 700. Yay! That's exciting. And I just want to keep growing and going and sharing and, connecting in ways where it brings us together, knowing we're not alone. We're all having a unique experience. We all came with unique gifts. We all came with a unique blueprint, a soul print, right? And we're here to open up. And we do this, yes, this little light of mine, we do this from within. And it's often a very solitary journey. And yet the reward is this feeling of interconnectedness with all beings. So this little light of mine, we're going to let it shine. And it's time. So we're just going to wrap up the same way we started, a couple nice deep breaths. And I'm feeling guided. There's 2 live viewers and 1 thumbs up. Give a thumbs up, drop a comment down below. Thank you, our shining lights, for your participation. It is so nice to make the connection. And I look forward to the growth of the connection. So 12 sounds. I'm not going to do it around, just 12 taps of the singing bowl as guided. So nice deep breath. So once again, thank you so much. If you made it this far, you are a trooper. Thank you for just being here and showing up. Yeah, it's an honor and privilege to connect in this way. I see you, I feel you, I love you. And until next time, I'm sending you massive waves of love, respect, and gratitude from my heart to yours. Until next time, take good care of yourself. This is how we truly support others.